Welcome to the Creative and Ambitious Entrepreneur Podcast.
My name is Jen Clark.
And I'm Elke Clark. We are a mother-daughter team who started our Zazzle e-commerce businesses over 10 years ago and have sold $15 million and counting of products on Zazzle with our designs on them.
We had so many people asking us how we did this, so we created our signature course, the Profit by Design Academy, which teaches our 5 strategies for success on Zazzle.
When we aren't helping creative entrepreneurs just like you create profitable e-commerce businesses, we love cooking food from places all over the world that we've traveled to, jet setting to our next dream destination, spending quality time with our close friends and family, or having fun creating our next bestsellers in our Zazzle businesses.
In this podcast, we share actionable steps you, the creative, can take to make money in your e-commerce business on Zazzle. Each episode will take you one step closer to achieving freedom with your time, location, and finances.
We believe that you can have anything you dream of, as long as you work smarter, not harder. And we're here to give you the tools you need to make your dreams happen. Let's get started.
Hello.
Hello and welcome. And we are here for day 5 of the 5-day Scale Your Zazzle Business Challenge. Welcome to everyone who is on for the last day. You made it. You made it to day 5. Congratulations. Yaha. This is awesome. And guess what Jen's wearing? It's actually my gold Zazzle designer
I was supposed to
hat,
get
because
one.
you can see the logo is still the old logo.
Yeah.
They used to give out all these treats when, back in the day. They don't do that anymore. But Jen is also a gold Zazzle designer, Zazzle Pro designer. And so what we want to do today is inspire you. We want to, you've been working hard all week. And then yesterday, wow, you stayed for 2 hours to listen to everything. And hopefully that was really awesome for you. We're going to actually go into that, give you a chance to give us some feedback and also what you've learned and so on. And then we're going to have fun inspiring you. We're going to tell you about some testimonials, proof that it's possible, and you're going to have a chance to ask questions. And we're so excited to be at this stage in our challenge. And thank you so much for being here the whole time. It's awesome. And if nothing else, if you've been inspired, then that's the most important thing. And after that, the rest is a bonus, right? Because belief and inspiration is going to get you much further than anything else, right? Thomas Edison, I believe I can make a light bulb. That's it. Elon Musk, I believe that we can have a hotel on the space station and people can come and visit. Who still thinks that that's crazy? But it's happening, right? Who's, even like my son, he's actually now doing computer programming for a company that brought the space arm up to the, he did part of the work, not he himself, but the company did part of the work to get all the computer programming to work so that the space arm could move in space and move things around and bring in dock loads of things. And it's like, who would have ever thought of that, right? But someone believed, and you have to believe in yourself. And that's the most important thing that we want you to take away today, that you believe in yourself, that there's things that you have yet to do, and your potential is much greater than what you thought would ever be possible, because that's actually what happened to us. Who would have ever thought that we would even make that much money, 1.5 million on Zazzle, and we're still making more. It's awesome. And who would have thought 14 years later, an e-commerce platform, which everything in e-commerce changes overnight. It's like dog years for e-commerce, right? Everything goes faster and things change, things move around. Zazzle's been around for that long and doesn't look like they're going anywhere. They're really a good, solid platform to put your time and effort into, to invest in your possibility of doing a business for yourself. And so we're really excited to be able to talk about that today in various forms. And so let's just get started. We're all online. And so can we screen share? Are we already there? Awesome. Welcome to day 5 of the Scale Your Zazzle Business Challenge. We're going to talk about the proof that it's possible to make money on Zazzle. And this is a very informal session. We're going to do Q&A and we're going to talk to you and ask you some questions, get some feedback. It's a day where you can sort of stop getting information overload and rather figure out, okay, what am I going to do with all this? And so if you actually just came for this session and you haven't been to any of the others, I'm Elke.
And I'm Jen. Hello.
And the two of us are your hosts. And we have been working on Zazzle for 14 years now. And we work somewhere between 4 to 20 hours a month on Zazzle to maintain our Zazzle business. It gives us a nice income every month. And we have earned in total $1.5 million. And that means that we have sold $15 million worth of product on the Zazzle marketplace, and we're still active Zazzle designers. And so with that money that we've earned over the course of this time, we've done things like get out of debt, pay off our house. We spent a lot of money on travel because that's what we love to do. We've also spent a lot of money on giving back to charities, and we actually have plans for what we make in the future. We want to make set up a foundation for mental health. And all this time, though, we've also done things that have been really important with that money. First of all, we've gotten the time back to take care of our family. That was me. And we've gotten the time back from like sitting at a 9-to-5 job and travel and explore the world. That's Jen. She was in Spain for 10 years, having fun traveling and doing things and having a life, all supported by her Zazzle business. And then the fun thing is that I know that there's a lot of creatives here on the presentation, but there's also non-creatives here. And what we loved about this business model is that we could be creative as well, because it's like this big thing for us that we wanted to make money doing something we really loved. But guess what? You can actually be non-creative and still be on the Zazzle platform and rock it. Because one of our students, Brandon, who we always talk about, he hasn't really got very much in terms of creativity when he first started. I shouldn't say that now because he's actually learning from all our training and he's becoming quite good. But you didn't have to be creative to start with. He's made a lot of money already just doing what he needs to do, learning from the Profit by Design Academy. And so we want to make sure that you're okay with that you understand that it doesn't mean that you have to be creative. And in fact, even our our top earner now, Christine, she also says she wasn't really creative to start with. She just taught herself. And so maybe that's like a little like slap in the face for us creatives, but because if they can do it, then, how come I'm not doing it enough yet? But it's just that they understood what the training was from the Profit by Design Academy and they implemented it. And so they're running a business, right? They had even more to lose because they had more to catch up on and learn, but then they learned what they needed to. And so don't forget that, right? We have to let go a little bit of our artist ego to some degree sometimes so that we can actually sell things on the Zazzle platform that people are there to buy rather than it always just being whatever we think is gorgeous. And so we learned that lesson the hard way as well. But since then, we have developed these 5 strategies that we use in our business. And that's what we teach in the Profit by Design Academy. And that's what allowed us to skyrocket in our earnings. And that's why Brandon and Christine and all the other people you keep hearing about have been doing really well. And so because of those 5 strategies, now our students have already gotten to the point where they've in total made $6 million worth of sales. And so that's $600,000 worth of earnings for our top students. And this isn't just the top couple. This is so many people at the gold level, right? Like this is the $250,000 sales earnings.
100,000 gold.
100,000 gold. I'm ahead of myself. 100,000 gold. Because you're already getting higher. That's why I thought that's what it was. But 100,000 is gold, and that means that you've made $100,000, which means that you sold $1 million worth of $1 million. That's okay. What movie is that? Really quick.
I don't know. Actually,
it's the Austin Powers movies.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Anyway, so that's a lot of people combined that are starting to make this money, and they've been with us for about 2.5 to 3 years, and they're starting to really make a go of it because they put all the things into place. That's the foundation. So I know this is here, but you're here because you want to learn what the proof is. So we don't have to go through this. You're all welcome here today. I don't think you're going to be wasting your time.
And this is day 5
and it's day 5. And it's like, I made a mistake on my slide. Okay, so what we're going to do is take days 1 to 4, and we want to hear some takeaways from that. We're going to open the floor up to you, either chatting, putting it in the chat, or if you're comfortable speaking with your camera on, then we'd love to hear from you in terms of what your takeaways were for today. And then we want to know if you've already implemented some things. We want to check up on you. This is a challenge, right? The challenge was to learn, but also to implement, because implementation, massive action gets you results. And so we also want to know where you're stuck and where you need to go next, because that's what we're here for, right? And then we want to show you the proof that it's possible to make money on Zazzle. And then we're going to open it up to Q&A so that you can get some more information that you need, because this is our last day to save $1,000. And we don't want you to miss out on that deal, because it goes away as of midnight tonight. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do this all together. So we're going to combine the, takeaways, what you've implemented and what you might still need as part of your, journey here. And we're going to ask you to post it in the chat, and then we'll take some questions, or like people that have posted something in, and we can allow you to unmute, or maybe someone just wants to talk because it's too much to say or to type, like me. I'm always having trouble typing. So you can raise your hand and say, or in the chat, say, I'd really like to speak and say something, and then we can unmute you and we can have a little discussion. Okay, so we're going to do those 3 things. Okay, so what did you learn? What was the biggest takeaway? What have you already implemented? And what do you need help with, or where are you stuck? Okay, so that's what we're going to do right now. Welcome to anyone who joined while we were doing our introduction. And if there's anyone who has any questions, otherwise we'll go right into the proof. And we wanted to open the floor to people. There we go.
Okay, so Connie says, I've reorganized at least one of my collections. I just figured out how to get banners created so I could make my store look open.
Let's give Connie a snap. This is awesome. That's great, huh? And someone, Linnell, they understand me, like Dr. Evil. Yeah, exactly. $1 million. I don't think I'm doing a good.
I don't think it's 1 million. It's like 1 billion or something crazy, much bigger than that. But now I get the reference. Yeah. Okay. So, jumped. Here we go. So collections sound great. I saw something called a design theme. I would like to know how to use them together. The design.
You saw something called design theme. What does that mean?
I think maybe you might be talking about design, like the colors, the lump maybe together.
Could you unmute?
Yeah, that's what you meant. Okay. So like when a product has the little circles on the bottom underneath it for lumping them. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, that's really easy. It's just when you create a product and then you use the main product and then you change like the background or change a graphic, but it has to be the same like format. And then when the color changes, Zazzle's algorithm actually lumps them together, and it does it automatically for you. You don't have to worry about doing anything work, but you have to always go from the original product and then change a color in it, and it'll lump the colorways together.
And it's sometimes a little bit finicky. You might like do it very properly, and then all of a sudden only 3 of the 5 colors that you made kind of marry themselves up, so to speak. And if that's the case and you really want to make sure that they all line up and they're all there, maybe try again with the colors that are missing.
Yeah.
But as Jen said, the most important is always to start from the original color. And so even like, let's say you're doing a black version, then you do a white and gold version. So that first one came from the black version. But then if you're on the white and gold version, you don't want to go from there and make an orange and pink one. You want to go back to the black one and do another, start again from the original.
Okay. Connie says, takeaways. I need a plan. I've been working on branding and organizing collections, but still have a long way to go. I'm stuck on where to go next to improve and expand my business.
Thank you so much. It's true. It really is true. And collections, especially in all of the branding and organization, is so important. Mm-hmm. We were just speaking with one of our one-on-one coaching clients and showing her she could basically 10 times her income just because she was leaving money on the table with the strategy.
But Connie just joined the Profit by Design Academy. So
you did. So welcome.
Yeah.
Let's give everyone she was courageous. She did it, right? Give her a big snaps up. She's on her way.
Awesome.
She's taking action.
Okay, more Cash's takeaway. I need to monitor how long I'm working. I've always felt like I should work from 7:30 till 5 p.m. every day. I love to work. I'm also tweaking my branding.
That's a huge takeaway. That's a huge takeaway because it's so easy to fill time and it makes you feel really good, right? Because I'm working and we're used to it. And like when I don't need to work, I'm still like, what could I do? But then when you actually have something that interrupts your life, and that's happened to us a lot in the last 5 years, where we just couldn't get to certain things because certain things have happened in our life. And then we realize it's actually still working without us. So the other mindset is that we don't need to prove that we're going to be worthy of earning that money. We can also go like, we already did the work, so we can be okay with doing something else because it's actually working for us. And we don't have to keep like massaging it or moving it or adding to it. Unless, of course, there's some examples of when you do that work, you're seeing a new sale. But if you're seeing a sale from stuff way back, then it's like, okay, that's right. I made that 3-4 years ago. It's still working for me, and which is really nice, right? It's cool. It's like getting it used to the fact that we don't have to do the 9 to 5 in order to get the 9 to 5 earnings.
Yeah.
Yeah. So snap. It's a huge one. And by the way, I saw your video.
I showed Mom. Oh,
that's so funny.
Yeah, okay. Laura's husband definitely is supporting her and her making her money.
Which is awesome, right? Because usually we don't. Sorry, I'll cut you off. I'm just like, it's so great to have support.
Yeah. Okay, Kieran says, I now have a game plan. Thanks, Elke and Jen, for the roadmap. Awesome.
Woohoo. Way to go, Karen.
Delene, I'm busy tweaking my products, my categories, and I'm busy with my killer collections. I need help with numbers and promotion.
Exactly. And Delene is like one of our success stories as well. She's like doing her best all the way through, even though she's got like, she has to hear things over and over again. And our course is in such a way that you can watch those videos over and over again. So I think you've been with us like for what, 3 years now? And like huge, like in things that are barriers to her entry. Like sometimes she couldn't have internet because she had to move from one senior's home to another. And oh my gosh, so many things. It's like, Delene, how did you get all this done, even though you had all these restrictions? So kudos to you, Delene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mary Bell, I've started a collection. Awesome. Susan, titles and tags is now...
Oh, wait a minute. Just because Mary Bell.
Just read.
Yeah. Everybody's got like the snaps. This is cool, right? She hadn't never done that before. She hadn't never done that. She hadn't done that before.
Susan, titles and tags is now in my schedule to check on products each week. So much more. Awesome. Yes. Snap. Everybody gets snap.
Yes, definitely.
Titles and tags. Yeah, we had a realization when we were speaking with one of our students who we interviewed for our podcast this week. And she's a longtime Zazzle designer, like many of you probably are. And she reminded us that at one point, Zazzle had 50 tags for each product. Mm-hmm. And that when they switched over to the 10 tags, they took the original, like the words in your first 50 tags. So even if you had a grouping of tags together, like happy.
Like a long tail tag is your first tag.
Baby's first birthday or something, that would then count as 3 tags because it would break them up. And then, so we're reminded of the fact that we have to always go back and look at our titles and tags.
And that was so cool because, it reminded, like, it goes like I sort of have this idea is like, why are some of these old products not selling as well anymore? And that's because I didn't, like, the tags got messed up. But I think Connie had a question in there first. Why do we not recommend having a product in more than one collection? That's because the first product that you put the first collection you put your product into is the one that's going to show up first. And so people don't see that little tiny arrow that says second collection or more collections. And so it's much better if you have your product only in one collection. And then that way you can leverage it there and rather play around with the composition of that collection rather than, because maybe that first collection you made isn't even the best one. And the other collection is actually the one that would sell you more products because you set it up separately or secondly, and then you actually did that one better because you're getting better at it. So it's much better to think of how can I leverage that one product in the collection better than having it everywhere. you on a sheet what product to put in what collection, and you're going to end up making 50 products in this Profit by Design Academy based on all the things that we know are the things that are selling, and which products to make and what types they are that you should be selling. It's going to be awesome, and Connie's now going to be part of it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Lucia, who also joined the Profit by Design Academy. She says, I struggle with titles and tags because my English is very poor.
It's very, very difficult.
We have many students who are international students who struggle with this as well. And we always try to help our best in every situation, but we definitely understand because we have had people who have had the same issue. So
you'll be able to ask a whole bunch of questions to help you out with that.
Yep. Noor, I'm still working on my store banner. I changed my categories, still doing a lot of editing because what I was doing, I was just throwing products in collections and leaving. Yeah, so great.
Way to go. Way to go on cleaning that up.
Awesome. I want to read all of them. Okay,
yeah,
so Daniel, I'm a little bit confused about tags. I thought they needed to show up in blue to be indexed and have a lot of them blue, and then some of them have turned black. Or
I know that mesmerizing blue and black. It's like, ooh, that's what we need to go for. And it's like, no, that's actually just Zazzle's, back end trying different things to get people to click on stuff. And for us, we should just ignore those because it's not helping us to focus on those. Like you said, it's went from blue to black. It's like,
it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
It just is their own research in the back end. So,
yeah. So rather we want the results of the, of your search. Like, where does your product come in with the other designs you might like? Mm-hmm. That's where we want, that's the focus. And so that's really awesome that you saw that it's not that helpful and probably distracting.
Pam, are most people designing their own graphics or purchasing them? I see so many beautiful graphics and patterns on cards. A lot of people are purchasing graphics, but then we have a lot of students who actually do their own artwork and watercolor, and they end up painting certain graphics that are trending in the marketplace and then scanning them into their computer and uploading them.
Yeah, we have cartoon people who are doing more cartoon work. We have people who do like watercolor, like landscape and like proper artwork. And then we have others who are doing more the fun little like bits and pieces, I call it, where you just like make a little cactus or you doing a beehive or something in watercolor, that kind of thing. And yeah, it's just a huge variety, but some people do purchase and then others make their own.
Yeah. Maribel says, I'm working on my banner, but I found that the dimensions on that Zazzle provided were not working.
Go bigger.
Yeah.
Go bigger and bigger and bigger. And then the bigger DPIs too. So 300 DPI.
Yeah.
If you can.
Katya says, thanks, ladies, for sharing your knowledge. I'm organizing my collections and checking my titles and tags.
Who's that?
Katya.
Katya, where are you? Are you on live?
I think she's...
Katya, we need to see your beautiful face. But there we go.
Okay, Jackie, my takeaway is the importance of titles and tags, and I'm working my way through my low views. Awesome.
Ooh, Jackie, way to go. That's awesome. Now, Jackie's been with us for a while too, but she also has been so, and what are you doing now?
No, I think it's so much fun when everybody does a snap stuff, and when we're recording on Zoom, it's just the speaker view. So I don't actually get the picture of all of us doing this.
So everybody do a snap. Like, let's do it. Snap. Keep going until Jen says no.
Okay, perfect.
Awesome. Okay, so this is really, really important because Jackie had like an incredible niche, and like I won't tell the niche unless you want to say it, but like and she's really passionate about it, but people weren't finding it. So now that you're doing that and really focusing in on those low views, because once they get views, they start selling.
Yeah. Okay, Naya, hopefully I'm saying your name properly. A lot of clarity working on creating a clear, consistent look and feel of branding. I'm also trying to create flowing process and efficiency. Snap.
That's just like, can you write for us? That sounds really good. That was awesome.
Okay, Pamela, I find that it takes me way more than 4 hours to come up with one design. Sometimes if you're starting out and you have to think about the design, some of my designs have taken me hours, but then at the end of the day, there are some of the designs that have made me lots of money.
Over how many years?
over like 50, now on 14. When I first started out on Zazzle, my first couple of products were really bad and they don't sell anymore. But my earliest design that I'm most recently selling was from 2009. So 2009. Yeah.
So even though maybe you're putting a few more hours in now, as the years go on, you can divide that into a lot. Like you can add the years in, and all of a sudden you realize it didn't really take you that long because you're doing the work once, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember, then later you're going to be doing some more work to promote. But if it's a darn good design and it's popular and evergreen, as we call it, you're going to be benefits from that a lot later on than you expect, right?
Yeah.
And so that's when you go like, okay, it was worth doing the 4 hours. And you're going to get better as you get more practice designing too.
Yeah. And then like Linnell's asked the question about the color changes. When you do those simple changes, you're creating a product and it's literally less than 5 minutes, right? Because you've taken the initial time to create the product first, and then now you can create multiple different versions of it really easily.
Yeah.
So sometimes when you first start out, it takes a while, but afterwards, when you get the basics, and then also when you start to know more about the design tool and moving around and stuff. Okay, Kamala says, I started with my collections and tags. Awesome.
Woohoo! Very good. Kamala, way to go. It's really, really important.
Okay, Lucia says, I have a lot of fun jumping from one style to another and trying new things because I get bored very quickly. After this week, I realized that I should focus on one niche first and then the next. And as soon as I earn enough, I can jump around again as much as I want. That's why I put in my 3 colorful stores aside now, and I'm making a store for a research niche, and I started to work on it today. Amazing.
Way to go. I just says way to go. There's so much that was there. It's like so impactful, right? What a transformation that's been. It's amazing.
Jennifer says, started going through all my collections and realizing I forgot to put in titles and tags and descriptions on some of them. And it's obviously so important to have them. Yes, it is.
Way to go, Jennifer.
Okay. Thank you for the clarification. Snap. Ramona, I'm rearranging and redoing existing product tags. Awesome.
Woohoo. Yes.
Okay, Yulia, I'm still very new on Zazzle. My major takeaway from all our sessions is that I need my branding worked out. I have a problem there because I have a fusion of styles and I cannot choose. Okay, well, at least you've decided or realized that you need to work on your branding, no? And then if you want, you can actually ask us some questions in terms of like why you think that they aren't working together, and maybe we can help you out. Pam says, I see some stores listed in other languages. Is there a way to have your stores show up in other languages? Zazzle actually has multiple different domains. So they have a German store, a Spanish store, X, Y, and Z, many different countries. What we always recommend is that you are designing on the US store because that's where the main market is in North America. But however, if you do go, for example, and design a product on the US marketplace, they will translate the titles and the tags into the specific language for the other domains. So then if you go on to zazzle.es, which is the Spanish website, then the title any other one, like German, whatever, they will translate your English version into whatever language. But if you are, like, say you are from Germany or from Spain or from another different country or not, and you want to design in different languages, you can do so. But we would recommend then you post on that specific domain because you're catering to that marketplace, obviously.
But we've also designed everything on the .com site. And even if it says like Feliz Navidad, which is Spanish, or, Joyeux Noël, that's French, it still just gets filtered into all these other domains. So you are actually already selling on all these other.
You're taking this international seller.
You're all international. Yeah. You're all international.
Okay. Daniel says, working through my 58 collections and creating banners, improving descriptions, titles, and tags.
Wow. Awesome. Daniel, way to go.
And yeah, Lucia says the translation is horrible. Sometimes they don't translate very well because it's just like Google Translate. I mean, if you're native, you know how to speak much better than the translation. So if you want to design other products in other languages, then
or if you want to go in and edit a title, then go to that particular domain for that country or language and then fix it, right? Yeah. But otherwise, just don't worry about it. It's what people forget is that the market, unless things change drastically, like 80% of your sales are going to come from the US. And even if people are in the US and they speak a different language and they want it in a different language, like your actual design, then you will get that market, right? They're already like, what is it? 30% of the US population, I think, speak Spanish. I think I might be underestimating that. And so just don't forget the source. If you just go to Google Trends and you go like, what's the traffic coming? Where's the traffic coming from on the Zazzle marketplace? It's all pretty much 80%-ish US based. And so we are targeting that market. And as much as Zazzle's doing a lot of effort, making a lot of like extra strides into all these other countries, that's more so for people not to have to pay duty and income tax or extra import duty so that the customer gets a better deal out of it. Whereas for you, you're focused on the main US market because we want to get the most sales, right? The extra sales are nice, but we want to focus on the US market.
Have you heard about our signature course, the Profit by Design Academy, yet?
Are you a new or current Zazzle designer who's struggling to figure out how it works, worried that you're going to waste your time, and unsure how you can start and scale your Zazzle business to see sales fast?
The Profit by Design Academy includes everything you need to feel confident, clear, and certain about how to create your dream Zazzle business.
Building a profitable Zazzle business has never been easier because now you have access to the 5 strategies that we use to build our $1 million Zazzle businesses.
Head to the show notes to grab the link and we will see you inside the Profit by Design Academy. Now let's get back to the show. Marion says, remember my rip curl yoga mat from day 2? Yes, I do. Well, I changed the titles and tags and I also created a beach towel and voila, views. Awesome.
Voila, views. You see? There we go. Now that's a transformation.
Super.
Way to go.
Connie said, is there a way to hide a collection so that the public can't see it at all? I need my glasses. I'm not putting in a particular store, but I want no one to see it at all. My own private shopping collection. I don't know about that specifically, but if you uncheck all the boxes, it's just in your profile. There might be something but that's in the profile. They won't be able to see it in your store. Yeah. I don't think you can like hide it in terms of like no one can seeing it, but just in your store. If you uncheck all the boxes, list. It will just be in your profile.
Put some of my products in your shopping list. I'm always selling.
Bonnie says, I've been working on titles and tags and moving my top items to the front of my collection.
Way to go, Bonnie.
Awesome.
That's a huge thing, by the way.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Okay. Everybody's putting in so many amazing things. Okay. And arranging 2 collections and setting my titles and tags, plus changed my horrible banner. Awesome.
Way to go, Ann.
Okay. Deb says, is it important for like products to have completely different titles and tags and descriptions when they share the same design? Trying to go through my product by product and revamping titles and tags descriptions are difficult for me. I think I understand what you're saying. I would not change the title and tag completely differently if it's the same design. I do very similar ones, or I change the words slightly in the order in the title, because you don't like it depends on what you're doing and what the design is, of course. And then I can't give you like a specific example right now, but you did just join the Profit by Design Academy too. So we can definitely talk more about that in the program. And when you give us like specific examples when we do our group coaching calls, but you don't always have to have a completely different title, if that makes sense.
Zazzle would love you to have an exactly like a unique title for each one of your products. But when you get to like 10,000 products, how is that going to happen? Right. So we have to be very like strategic, because we don't also want to be like our products be lost in the forever like void, because they're all similar in terms of the URL of. Remember, we talked about that right at the beginning when we did the day 2 challenge. We said each of your products is actually a URL, and so we do want some variation, but sometimes it's not to be helped. And I see that you said 2 different designs. So if you have the same title for 2 different designs that are similar, that's okay. Because the image doesn't match up with the same text in the URL. And so therefore that's a doable thing for sure. Yeah. But also for someone who's like done like the colorways, you would try to do like maybe, add black to the one and yellow to the next or whatever. That's already going to change it. But sometimes you don't, and you just let the whole thing go with the same title, but they're different colorways. That's also okay. Whereas if you've got one product that you've put like a ton of, like you've got this one glitter design because everyone's doing glitter, and you've got it on about 40 different products. Well, definitely you can't have the same titles and tags on 40 different products. You have to vary that up. You can't have them all exactly the same. And we teach that in the Profit by Design Academy as to how to do that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Finished reviewing my first store, improved all the titles and tags, and started designs for grads following your tips. Snap, snap. Yay!
Wow. Now,
wonderful.
That's huge. That's a continuous snap. Holy smokes. How much work did you do? That's awesome.
Wonderful. Okay. Yulia has one question, and then we should watch the time, and we should do a presentation. So Yulia says, question, you were saying that it is always better to have your store in one sort of style. Is there a good way to represent, for example, vintage, modern styles together? I want my designs to work. I want to design things where I give the vintage patterns a new look. I definitely think so. For me, I have my store and I have vintage, I have modern, I have rustic, I have a whole collection of things. But what keeps it like sort of cohesive is like my design style that I put into all of those different versions of like vintage and modern and rustic. And it all just works together. And plus I'm always kind of doing weddings and occasions. I don't really veer off into like politics or, sports or anything like that. So my store, even though it's very different in terms of like some of the styles that I represent, it all works together because it's all sort of like uniquely. Yeah. So some people, like a lot of Zazzle designers, they always ask us about how they can mix and match certain niches or styles together. And you can definitely do that if it feels like right. If you're doing crazy abstract art and then all of a sudden you're doing, illustrations for politic cartoons, I would say maybe we should keep them separate because they're just very, very different. But if you have one sort of main goal, and as you said, you want to give a new look to vintage stuff, I think that'd be awesome.
That sounds really, really nice.
Okay. Laura says, I've forgotten what to do when I've sold a product in one store, but it clashes with my niche. I'd like to move some products to a different store that has a niche. What's the best way? Unfortunately, you can't move products from one store to another. And then, it depends on if it's really, really important for you to move it. But if it's selling, I wouldn't touch it. I would just leave it because it's working for you right now. But maybe, like, as you said, if it's clashing with your niche, just what I have is some we all do. We all have those products. Yeah. So during COVID, like I don't really do COVID type products, but when it first started out, I started making badges because it became popular and trending. And so I have some like very medical, like very, plain and simple template type things in my store, which is completely different from whatever I usually do. And they're just kind of there floating in the background. I don't put them in a collection and I don't really showcase them on my homepage, but they're still within my store. And so if someone searches them on Zazzle and they buy them, then obviously I'm making money. But you don't really see them until you're actually looking for them. So for Laura, and then also Yulia's question, like so who else was that about some certain products? I can't remember, maybe another day. But either way, a lot of people get concerned about how it needs to be specific within your niche and everything looks cohesive. But sometimes if you have like thousands of products, no one's going to browse through all of your products and say, oh, Laura, like that doesn't fit in your store. If they're selling, then don't touch them because they're working for you, right?
Yeah. If you wanted to branch out on that niche and it doesn't fit with the rest of your store, then you still keep everything in that store and then you start to work on a new store that has that niche.
And then what you could do is you could take your product that's selling and don't touch it, but put it into a collection in your new store so that when someone comes to your new store that you're populating or whatever, vice versa, then it seems like it's in that store, but it's really not. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Super.
If you want more of that collection type of information, you can.
Well, she's part of the Z Supercharger.
I know.
So
no, but for anyone else, this is kind of what we talk about and we help out, and definitely in the Z Supercharger. But we haven't even talked about that.
I know.
Anyone who actually, I should just throw this out on the table. I know that we did like a huge bonus where we gave a lot of money off if you enrolled in both the Z Supercharger and the PDA. If you're interested in that, let me know and we'll talk.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you have anything else in the presentation?
Yeah. Well, and now you can go through your possible thing right away. Okay. So you can introduce it. So get your tissues ready, because it always happens to me. I choke up because that's the whole thing, right? We're here to help you get empowered, and the yoga mat. Look at how much that's changed, in a couple of days, just because you were more knowledgeable about something. And that just makes my heart sing, because that's what I want for you. You all have really amazing qualities and abilities to do things that would be things that people would love to buy. And you're just not getting that chance. And when you get that chance and you see the results, I'm over the moon, overjoyed. And that's the whole purpose of our company and what we do with all the training and everything. And we're just so excited for you and all the successes you're going to listen to. Some of you will see yourselves on.
I know. And you don't even know that you're going to be featured. Okay.
So, yeah. All right.
And Elke, it's Rebecca in the UK. I wanted to send you a really quick message. Just had a fantastic weekend of sales. Things that without your course, I would never have even dreamed of making. If you've got people that are sitting on the fence, they're not sure, does the system really work? Are Jen and Elke for real? They're for real. Their system really works. And you have literally changed my life. And I don't think there's many courses out there that someone's going to say that about. So hope you're having a fantastic time, and I'll speak to you really soon in the group.
So then this one here, I have to actually go. I forgot that I had to click the next button. So this was her. She messaged me privately. She sent me that message. And then I said, thank you so much for sending this beautiful message to us for your audio, because I did ask her for a testimonial. And she says, I really do feel like you've given me a secret formula so I can print my own money. I work for 2 hours a day, Monday to Friday, and my business just keeps growing. I set myself the goal of having an income of £50,000 a year and 5 years to get there, 3 years ago. And I hadn't even found out the thing that I was going to get me there. I looked at Amazon and other things. And then I knew from day one that I had made the right decision with you at the beginning when we did the 7 Days to Success course way back when. And so she said 3 years ago, she made a goal for 5 years in the future. So she's 2 years out of actually reaching her goal. And she says that she's going to smash her original goal. So she made her goal within 3 years rather than 5.
I'm Chris Hardy, and I'm a Profit by Design Academy Bootcamp student. I love the content and the training in the modules, the downloads, the Facebook posts, and the Zoom Lives, and mostly being able to ask questions of and get critiques directly from Jen and Elke. It's just beyond. And the bootcamp gave me the structure and discipline to go through the course module by module and glean everything I could from it. When left to my own devices, I'd only pick and choose what I wanted to learn in the moment. But the bootcamp ensures I receive everything I need to run a successful Zazzle store. With the bootcamp, traffic and activity has picked up considerably in my store. If you're on the fence about joining the bootcamp, I'd say you're missing out on tons of invaluable learning that you need if your goal is to run your Zazzle business as successfully as possible. You don't want to miss out. Sign up now.
Mm-hmm.
Hey there, this is Angel O'Grady. I just wanted to say how grateful I am for joining the Profit of Design Academy and for doing the PDA Bootcamp. I feel that the vast amount of information in this course gives me everything that I need in order to be successful in my Zazzle business. I love the sense of community. And I have to say, one of the biggest things that I take away from this course is to stay positive. If I implement the strategies and I do the coursework and I stay positive, I have a great chance for success. I am truly grateful for all that Jen and Elke do and how they make me feel that they truly care about my success in my Zazzle business.
Hi, Jen. My favorite part of the PDA is the list of 25 products to grow your business. I have used that every single day since I saw it 3 years ago. At that time, I was lucky to get one sale for 25 cents a day. I'm so happy to share the news with you and Elke that for the past 5 days, I have met my dream goal of $200 a day every day. I've averaged a little over $200. I can't believe I did this, and I did it with your help and the PDA, and I am so excited to see what comes next. Thank you so much.
I'm Laura Sweat, and I wanted to say that Elke saw the kind of artist that I wanted to become, and I've always wanted to create beautiful and cute designs, and now I'm doing that. Elke and Jen helped me realize my dream, which is to own a business online. I really struggle with many things and owning a business online. And through their courses and support and mentoring, I found confidence that helps me on a daily basis. Now I'm making more monthly money so that I can help pay the bills. I look forward to retiring my husband from his day job. Thank you, Elke and Jen. Have a great day.
I think you're not going to retire him. You're going to make him like your worker. After the video I saw yesterday.
Hi, Elke and Jen. I wanted to thank you for all of your training and support. I started at Zazzle in June of 2019 with my daughter. She's a professional photographer, nature, and she started a Zazzle store to sell some of her photography. Struggled. I came on board to try and help her, and I struggled too. I don't remember how I found the Profit by Design Academy, but I did, and I was a little hesitant to sign up because that was about 3 months into our venture in Zazzle, and we had made about $20. But I kind of knew that there was a big potential out there and that I should invest in myself and get some guidance. And it was great. I learned so much. And by the time that class was over, we had started a new store based on like stationery products, more of a design store. It did really well. The Profit by Design Academy, sometimes I struggled because it was all so new. And but the tutorials, Jen, you're just fantastic at talking people through technology. I learned Pinterest, Instagram, promotion. And sometimes during the classes, I thought, why is this so detailed? Do I really need to do all this? But yeah, in fact, I did. It made my store much more professional, and the sales came. And that really encouraged me. So I signed up for the profitable membership, and more sales came. And by March, we had reached bronze, and it was very exciting to see the teachings put to work and successful sales as a result. And then in August, I joined one of your creative CEO masterminds, which was just fantastic. I think my biggest takeaway from all of this was to think like a business person, not take things so personally, just look at things objectively, look at what the market wants and deliver that. And the CEO Mastermind, there was some tough love, a lot of support, guidance. And my group, there was 5 of us, we're from 4 different countries. And so in addition to making additional sales, I've made 4 new friends. We talk on WhatsApp several times a week about Zazzle and about other things. It's my support group, no judgment. And it's just been really great. And I can't thank you enough. It's been a great ride, and I look forward to some more. Thanks.
One of the things I like most about Elke and Jen's courses are the live monthly webinar sessions. I always leave those sessions feeling incredibly inspired, and I always trust that the information we receive is accurate and well thought out because I know that they both have our best interests in mind.
Steve.
Hi, Elke and Jen. It's Lorena from LD Design Loft. I just wanted to go on here and say thank you and congratulations on your courses. I'm so happy that I found you a few years ago when I started my entrepreneurial journey. It's been amazing, and your courses and your mentorship and all of the content that you produce has been helpful in my mindset and keeping my business top of mind. The community you've built has been so inspirational and motivating. I'm so happy I'm part of it, and I've learned so much. It really does help me and keeps me in line. And thank you so much for the value that you bring and for constantly improving and updating and asking for feedback. I think it's so great to find professional and successful women who have built their businesses with so much heart. And so thank you once again and congratulations. See ya.
Hi, I am Phyllis from Venezuela. I'm in Zazzle since 2016, but I felt lost. I was looking for help because I know it's the right place, but something was missing to make it work properly. Well, I found the most didactic and effective Zazzle coaching available. A few months ago, I started the Profit by Design Academy with Elke and Jen, and it's been awesome. Awesome step by step. My stores are already C rank 4, which means a great improvement in their organization and the visibility in the Zazzle market. I learned a lot in a very short time. And I keep learning. It's only the beginning. But the biggest lesson until now is to take this like a serious online business, not a hobby. With the first improvement, I had 2 sales. After years of no sales at all. So I'm sure I can make it. They have a program for every level of Zazzle designer. What else? Infinite thanks, Elke and Jen. Try the courses because it works. It works. They are the best. Thank you. Infinite thanks.
My name is Martin. I run my own printing business and a store on Zazzle. I got involved with Elke and Jen because I was struggling to make headway in the manner in which I wanted with Zazzle. So I did the PDA. Now, if we look at did it work or did it not work, the answer is yes, it did. The year after doing the course, I earned 10 times more than I did in the year before doing the course. So my advice to anybody who's wanted to get ahead on Zazzle is do the PDA. If you want to get to the top in sport, you'd have coaching. If you want to get to the top in Zazzle, get coaching. It's really as simple as that. So I got my money back from the course and a lot more. At the end of the day, I think it's worthwhile. It worked for me. I was so impressed. I've actually gone on to do other courses with them. So if you want to do it, do it. If you want to get ahead, do it. If you want to succeed on Zazzle, do it. My advice, if you want to, do it.
You gotta love Martin. He's amazing.
Okay.
Okay, so that was like, okay, I always cry. I've seen that like 5 times each of the reviews. I'm just so happy for everyone's success, right? So thank you so much for listening to all of these, and hopefully you've gotten something out of them. I can't talk. I'm like an emotional mess when this sort of stuff happens, because I get it. I get that you've struggled, and excuse me, I need more water. But anyway, you go for it. You talk.
Flying phone. We are here for everybody so that you build a life that you want to live. And our biggest hope is that everybody, has success and builds a business that they truly love, and that they're able to do things that they're finally able to do. And it's not just, we talk about traveling or all the luxurious things of dream life, but I know Rebecca, she is so humble, and she's messaged me so many times and says that you've literally changed my life. And she's now able to shop at the shops that she wants to shop in, and not like thrift stores, or, not buy the no-name brand of food, and finally just have the small pleasures in life that make her fulfilled. Right. And everybody who is on there, and there's so many more success stories.
Yeah, I get the no frills. I used to shop at the no frills.
Yeah.
Because I had to save money, right? Yeah.
But it's not just about groceries. It's just about finally feeling good and having the confidence, like Laura and Amalicius and everybody who is just, being part of this community is one thing where we always try to motivate and inspire you and
sell.
Inspire you in a good way and make you feel good and be part of a community. Because before on Zazzle, I'm sure before you came into this sort of space right here, you were very much alone. You were trying to figure things out on your own, and you were asking yourself, is this the right thing that I'm doing? And then now finally you can be part of a community where we're not face to face, but on Zoom, but you feel supported and you feel comfortable and confident, and you can now feel good about moving forward or asking questions or even talking out and geeking out about Zazzle, because maybe nobody gets it, where you're from and wherever, right? Yeah. And the fact that, on this call right now, I'm pretty sure we're definitely international, because I know that there are people in the UK. I know people that are in North America, of course, and then South America. And then there's some people over in
South Africa,
Europe and South Africa. And we don't have any Australians on, but we do have Australians in our courses.
Pretty much like the bad time of night, yeah.
But the fact that we're on here right now and we're all across the world and we're all trying to build up our businesses cohesively and support each other is just, for me, that makes me feel so happy.
That's power. Mm-hmm. And I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're just extremely happy that we can inspire everybody and to help you know that you can do it, And
obviously, hopefully you've gotten to know us a little bit more too over the course of the week.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to leave you with that. We do have a reminder that today is the last day to get $1,000 off to become a member of the Profit by Design Academy and to be part of the bootcamp, which starts next week. You still have another week to decide what you want to do, but you're going to lose $200 because you have to pay more because it's only going to be $800 as of tomorrow morning that you can get as a savings. So why not do it tonight? And anything else we want to say? Do you want to just show up the one page? I did have the presentation. Does anyone will stay later for anyone who doesn't want to, but I want to leave you with that good feeling.
Yeah.
If you're interested in the actual training and you want to ask questions about the course and all that other stuff, go for it. But you've heard it enough times as to, and I think the people speaking about the course say more than we can ever talk about. And if you're ready, you're ready. And if you're not ready, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
The key here is that we are starting Monday, with the first module. We only let people in until after the first week because then you won't be able to catch up. So you have your deadline is tonight for getting the $1,000 off. Let's think about that, and let's get in ready for and you get access to all the modules right away. So by Monday morning, you can already have watched most of the module 1, and you can really ask a lot of questions in the group. You'll get put into a Facebook group. You'll get welcomed in and onboarded, and then there's a wonderful group coaching call on Thursday, which is going to give you enough time to get through that module. And in the meantime, that Thursday session is a store and category critique. So we will be getting to everyone who has who has signed up, and they get a store category and a category critique. And if we don't get them done in that hour, you would get them done after as a Loom video, and all of those videos you can watch and others can watch your video so that they can all learn. And it's just as Jen said, we geek out on Zazzle as of the beginning of the boot camp. And so you're going to be in the right spot if that's the time for you to get going. And you don't have to be busy all day. You don't have to be on or free even for that Thursday session that happens at 10 in the morning on Eastern Standard Time. You can always watch the replay and ask questions beforehand that we can answer on the live. But basically, you're supported in that group all Monday to Friday for the next 10 weeks. We have 3 coaches in there, plus our the 2 of us, the Jen and Elke team, and then we are there to support you in all the things that we ask you to do and post, and we give you critiques on, and then also the general questions that you have both in the course members area as well as in the Facebook group. You're just free to ask whatever you need to ask to help you get moving forward. So we're really excited for you to be able to join us. We are not going to hold another one of these until September. And I just want to let you know that if you're going to start with us in September, you will not be able to fully take advantage of the Christmas rush that people really people spend a lot of money during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and during Christmas. Some people's income goes from like $1,000 a month to $20,000 a month. But you can't do that if you're not prepared, and you have to be in this session to do that. Otherwise you're going to be on your own devices until September. So that's kind of my push. And I'm not doing it to get you to buy a course. I'm getting it to you. I'm watching out for you. I'm watching out, saying that Zazzle takes time. We could say all the time, long-term passive income. So you have to be able to be ready when it's time. So you're going to need some design skills. You're going to need to get better at titles and tags. You're going to have your branding set up so that by the time you get those products posted in August and September, which is when you need to, get the last push through to get part of that Cyber Monday, Black Friday craziness, then you need to have that locked in by August and September. And we're just starting our next boot camp in September. We're not doing anything in the summer. Mm-hmm. So get in with this one, even if you're financially not willing to put down that whole amount all at once. The most important thing is we do have a payment plan. Talk to us privately. We can help you. Okay. So that's my thing for you. And just if we'll stay on if there are any more questions, but otherwise, thank you so much for being part of the 5-day Scale Your Zazzle Business Challenge. You did it. And so many accomplishments. I'm so happy for you. And let's just keep rocking it. And now you feel empowered. Let's keep going. And if you join us, that's great. If not, just don't forget to keep going so that you can do better and to start to see those sales that you want to see.
Super. Everybody's saying thank you so much. And then all of our alumni have said that the PDA is absolutely amazing, that they've learned. And Laura says that she's still learning things from the PDA. I highly recommend it. Wonderfully helpful companion to the PDA course. Definitely consider it. Ramona says, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for all the valuable information. You guys are wonderful. You guys are love.
Love it.
Okay.
Take a copy of that.
I know. Daniel asks, how much time does it take to initially complete the course? I'm spending 40 hours a week right now working on my store.
Okay. Well, actually the course makes you work on your store. It's actually all about getting your store set up and so on. So,
well, if you want to complete, I don't know
let's look at your store. Can you talk to us privately? Because maybe we can help you with that.
Send us an email at support@elkeclark.com. I'll write it in here and then we can chat more. But in terms of finishing the course, you can finish the course as fast as you want in terms of watching the videos, but we're walking through with you
for 10
weeks. And we do finish the course. And if you follow through with that, then you'll be able to finish it within within 10 weeks. And then you'll also be able to implement all the work and stuff. And the reason why we go through one module per week is because there is homework and there are things that you need to do. And then plus you get all of the weekly group coaching calls and then the Q&A sessions. And so it's spread out over those 10 weeks. But if you had a lot of time to watch the videos, you could probably do it within less time, obviously, but we don't recommend that because we don't want you to rush through it either. Everybody says thank you so much.
Ramona says she doesn't speak a lot of English. If that's a barrier, that's not a problem. People have taken our courses without knowing a lot of English. You can always Google Translate something that you are not that clear on. It's just amazing, actually. But also, we have the courses you can watch over and over and over again. And if you need to ask a question 3-4 times, it's okay. We can help you finally understand what it is. If our explanation for you doesn't clarify it for you, you're more than welcome to we'll help you out.
We have students from India, from Singapore, from Norway, from even Africa. There's a lot of people who, and South America too, there's people who definitely English is not their first language, and we always help them out. And as Elke mentioned, the course material, so the Profit by Design Academy, you can watch those videos over and over and over again. You have lifetime access for them. And also the pop-up Facebook group where we will be holding the boot camp portion where we're doing the weekly group coaching calls and all of the challenges and discussions. You'll have lifetime access to that as well. So you can always watch those videos over again. You don't have to worry about them expiring or disappearing.
Okay. And so if she understands English, she reads English, but can't write very well, that's okay. That's perfect. So all you're really doing is having some trouble with your titles and tags then because you're not writing. But you can speak into a program and then it'll actually write them for you as well. So that's stuff you can find on Google. And then Julia says, see you in September. Okay. Yes, definitely.
Awesome.
And also someone else up above. Who said that?
Somebody else said
Margit.
Yeah.
Awesome.
See you in September.
Lock your spot in if you want, but definitely be back for September. And we'll be waiting. We're here. Been doing this for 3 years. It's just up to you as to when you want to get started.
Yeah, the only reason why we really push it so much right now is because, as Elke mentioned, we have to start ramping up for Christmas. In September, if you join the boot camp, it's going to be wonderful to plan for 2022, but definitely not enough time to plan for Christmas time 2021.
Now, you may get some sales. It's never it's not a given that you won't make any sales, but you're not going to have as much leveraged for when that comes up because everybody else is in the same boat and they're all going like, I'm making lots of money in that time period. So, but so thank you so much for being here and thank you for all your wonderful comments. If there's anyone who stays and they're just going to watch us, then don't do that.
No, well, we're going to wrap up right now.
But if there are any more questions, say, I have a question and we'll talk about that. But otherwise, thank you so much. And we'll see you the next time.
Yeah. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Remember that $1,000 off disappears tonight at midnight PST. Tomorrow, the price goes up. Well, it goes up. The discount is less. So it's $800 off. So if you're thinking about it and you're like, I'll just wait to see if something happens this weekend. Unfortunately, tomorrow the price will raise. So we would love to have you with us. And if you have any questions that you want to ask privately about some payment plan or whatnot, please email us. I popped their email into the chat here and we will talk with you later. So have a wonderful rest of the day.
And congratulations on your accomplishments in the challenge.
Yes, everybody who did and shared. Thank you so much for sharing. And it's just wonderful to see everybody working so hard on their stores. Wonderful.
Thank you so much for listening to The Creative and Ambitious Entrepreneur with Jen and Elke Clark.
We hope this episode has given you actionable steps to start and scale your Zazzle business so that you can have the passive online income to have location and time freedom to live your dream life.
If you've enjoyed this episode, please take a minute to subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. Each review helps us reach more creative entrepreneurs like you working to create a profitable e-commerce business.
And don't forget to take a screenshot and share it on your Instagram stories and tag us at Miss Jen Clark and at Elke Clark. We'd love to hear your biggest takeaways from today's episode. See you back here next week.